So we're Tyler and Lexi. We're recently married and just kind of started looking for a home on realtor.com. And kind of through the process of setting up different showings with all the different agents that are listing, we ended up finding Tammy and absolutely fell in love with her and the team, and we're so happy with everything they did to take care of us in the process.
Yeah. We kind of stumbled on her actually on accident and ended up finding she was the very first realtor that we met, and she was the very first one to show us a house. And really at that point we were pretty nervous and pretty overwhelmed by the whole process, just because we've never bought a home before, didn't really know what we were getting into or what we were looking for. But as soon as Tammy showed up, she came with a binder full of information, which I love. And it had information about everything that you need to have set up before you buy a home. It walks you through the process of the whole home buying process from start to finish. And then also Tammy went through and just kind of included all their own personal recommendations for like any services you might need after you do buy a house. And so it just kind of put our minds at ease. The very first time that we met her, we had so much more information than we had before. And so it really did make it a lot easier moving forward. And it was a super easy choice for both of us to have Tammy be our realtor. We ended up meeting a couple others just kind of as we were looking through listings, and Tammy really does set herself apart, not just as a realtor, but as a person. She was really kind and helpful through the whole process, and just really goes the extra mile to make sure that you feel like you know what you're doing. And she's always willing to meet with us, and we have some pretty, wild schedules, and she was always willing to meet with us whenever it worked for us and work around our lives and make sure that we had all the information so that we could find our perfect house. And to say that the Crane team really cares about you on a personal level, I think is probably an understatement, because they would call to just check in, they'd text us, make sure that we were not just like on top of all the things that we had to have put together to buy a house, but also just to check in and see how we were feeling about what was going on and make sure that we weren't getting too overwhelmed. And so yeah, it was a great experience from the very start all the way up until we ended up finding our perfect house. And I don't know if you might need to cut it, but Tammy and Mike offered us their stove because we have a burner that's out. And so just like out of the kindness of their hearts, just being the great people that they are, they offered us a stove. They had some extra moving boxes, I guess, and they let us have all their moving materials so that we could really get on top of moving as soon as we found our perfect house. So, I mean, there's so many good things to say about not just Tammy, but the whole team that we met. And really, I mean, 10 out of 10 would recommend to everyone. So, yeah.